everybody, and welcome to the Zea Tea Podcast. And I first of all want to say a big, warm thank you for 500 subscribers. I did briefly say a nice thanks to you guys at the end of my latest short film, which was 2 or 3 weeks ago, called The Survey. In fact, me hitting 500 subs happened that day, the day I was shooting it. I had finished the script the day before, and I was literally grabbing my SLR and I was ready to start shooting. I even shot some bits. If you haven't seen the short film, go watch it. I really enjoy it, and it seems like you guys quite enjoyed it as well. The comments definitely reflect that. But while I was shooting some of the shots for the other character, like I say, I won't spoil it, but I was doing that, and then I got the notification on my phone that I'd hit 500 subs, and I was like, I've got to put that in the script. So I just slipped in the 500 subs thing at the start and at the end of that short film. But adding that little extra detail in there of the 500 subs thing into that short film does make sense, because it is a very meta short film anyway, so I could just slip it in the script and no one will really notice that it's in late edition. But yeah, thank you very much for 500 subs. I'm gonna be honest, I never thought I'd reach 500 subs. That does sound like conceited and all that, but it is true. I didn't think I would hit 500 subs, especially not as fast as I did, because remember, I started this channel as a Doctor Who channel. Me at 16 years old did not expect that this channel would reach 500 subs, despite how many different changes I would make to the type of content I'd make on the channel. The fact that I've hit 500 subs is just maddening to me, but also brilliant, to be honest. Oh, there's a plane outside. One sec, I'm gonna quickly close the window. Oh no, I'm attached to my computer. Shut up! Okay, so yeah, hold on, let me get my headphones back on. But yeah, 500 subs. Just a big thanks for that, first of all. And with that, piggyback off of that, the community tab. YouTube thinks that my channel is good enough to have a community tab. So I want people to comment on this video, or on a community tab video or something. Just comment somewhere asking me what sort of community tab posts do you want to see from me. Do you want me to make polls about do you want me to cast a vote of what videos you guys want to see next? Like, if I post on the community tab something like, what video do you want to see next week? Do you want to see a podcast, a Doctor Who review, a Doctor Who DVD collection, hint hint, or something else? Or even talk about my second channel, I Is Borg, because, spoiler alert, there is a channel called I Is Borg, my second channel. But I'll get onto that in a sec, because I do have stuff I want to talk about with that on this podcast, because cool things are coming on both channels, mine, this one, and I Is Borg, my second channel. But yeah, please let me know somewhere, whether it's on this video commented or on a random video. I might get the notification, who knows. YouTube's very weird with notifying me about comments. Like, sometimes, like YouTube almost never notifies me when I get a comment on a video from like a year ago. And sometimes doesn't even notify me when I get a comment from my latest video, which is really annoying. I have to manually go into the video, find if anybody's commented, and if they have, reply to them and say, oh, that's very nice, glad you enjoyed it, or whatever they said in the comment, or reply to a question that they had. But yeah, so just let me know what sort of community posts you want to see, because I have no clue how to use it. I mean, I do, but yeah, I want to know what you guys want to see on the community tab. I don't want to just do what YouTube recommends, because YouTube's a pile of garbage. It's not, but it has its flaws, that's for sure. But yeah, yeah. Oh, I want to take this opportunity, because we're doing a solo podcast today. Those of you who don't like the solo podcast, you can click off now. I've done the gloating and the praising for the 500 subs. You guys can go watch a different video now. You can go somewhere else if you don't want to sit through like 50 minutes of a solo podcast. But what I do want to say is how excited I am for some of the stuff that's coming up. There is this thing that I'm doing. I do this every single year. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I succeed, where I do make one short film every single month for the whole year. So you guys have that to look forward to this year. I'm actually doing it properly this time. I'm going for it, because the last time I went for it proper was 2018, where I did every single month I released a short film, you know, consecutively for the whole year. I did 12 in the whole year, and that worked. 2019 I failed. 2020 I kind of succeeded, but there's kind of like a but kind of thing. And then 2021 I failed. But this year I'm going to try properly. I'm going to try properly. Yeah, I can't fucking speak today. But yeah, so the first one was Alone, which I will talk about as well. There's something I've got to talk about with that short film. Then second one was Up Late. Third one, The Survey. Fourth one is going to be one with Morgan, probably. I filmed it, so yeah, the next short film will either be one with Morgan or with Adam. Yeah, there's 2 short films that have been filmed, they've been shot, and I've just been procrastinating editing them, is all. But those short films will come out soon. Yes, like I say, the January one was Up Late, the February one was The Survey, the March one will be either the one with Morgan, which will remain unnamed until it's out, because I've got a few different working titles for that short film so far. It's kind of difficult. And then the April one with Adam, I'm leaving unnamed because it's a title that gives away the type of film that it is. So, yes. Also, I'm hopefully going to be shooting another short film with Joe in the next few weeks. Fingers crossed. I've got a few scripts that I'm refining to see which one will work best for a short film to do in the next month or two. So yeah, I have been very, very busy at the moment, and when it comes to like podcasts, I haven't really had too much free time to make a podcast. And in fact, fun fact for you guys, I was originally going to do a solo podcast in January talking about my New Year's resolutions for 2022 and whether I succeeded in my resolutions for 2021. So I guess we'll go through that now. Do you want to? Yeah, I'll go through it now. How about that? So my resolutions for 2021 are as follows. What I said, because I did make a video, it's since been unlisted, called In Resolution, where I talk about my aspirations for 2021 going off of the end of 2020. And also I made a video like a week after that, or a week and a half after that, called I Went Offline. Both of those videos have been unlisted because they're not very entertaining. I can put links to them at the end of this video if you guys want to go back and watch them, but the I Went Offline is kind of depressing because it's seeing me at a really low point, like really depressed. And yeah, I don't like rewatching it, because I mean I shouldn't be afraid of rewatching it, because it is just an old version of me just being kind of sad and disheartened about the world, because it was a rough time around that point for me. But in those videos I talk about where I'm at in life at that point and what sort of stuff I hope that I'm going to do in the next year. So from those videos I watched back and I found the key points of what I'm trying to say and what my resolutions are, what my aspirations are, and I'm going to go through them and see whether I succeeded in 2021. So the first one is only make things that I'm proud of, and this was in the In Resolution video where I talk about how I shouldn't mistake creativity for routine, and that is something that is a very, very mature thing to think about, considering I was only 20 years old then, and now I'm hurtling headfirst into being 22 in the next month, which I'm fucking terrified about. The fact that I'm nearly 22 years old is actually mad, but yeah, I still stand by that. Creativity shouldn't be mistaken for routine. I absolutely stand by that. That is, in fact, my motto. In 2020, I would just make videos every single week because I wanted to stay on schedule. I wanted to make as many videos as I could, and it did become a routine towards the end of 2020. Even though, like, the first half of 2020, I did make some of the best videos that I'd ever made on my channel, period, like the Room Tour 2020 and Procrastination and Deep Beep and Metalhead PSA and some of the vloggerations. And yeah, so I think that 2020 did come out with some of those really, really sick videos that I still look back on with fondness today. There are some videos in 2020 that are stinkers. And leading into the first, like, sort of like 2-3 months of 2021, I did kind of follow suit and made a few videos just because, I need to upload this week. And I took a hard month break between, I forgot what the videos were, I'll go onto my channel real quick, but those of you who are around in 2021, I did take a big month and a half break, which is the longest I'd spent not uploading a single video it was the gap between Guess That Primal Fear song. It was around that time where I made the Torchwood review with Adam, and then Guess That Primal Fear song, and then I took a hard month and a half off. And then I came back with vengeance, and by making Vlogeration episode 12, Vlogeration episode 12, and then I rebooted the Zea Tea podcast with episode 15, and then the IRL bingo videos when, all right, we're back in the swing of things. And at that point, I was like, right, I'm making videos that I'm proud of and nothing else. I'm sick of just making videos because it's easy to make a video like that. So that's what I did, and from there I made some of the best videos I'd ever made on the channel in 2021, with the Unis Honest video is a great example. The Zea Tea Iceberg video I look back on with fondness as well. I really like that one. Time of Your Life, Vlogeration episode 13, I really enjoy. Episode 12 as well is quite good. Needles Day Out I really like. IRL Bingo is one that I'm really sad didn't get as many views as it did, because I did work very hard on that one. The Richard Iowadi video I was quite proud of. It did get a lot of views. Escape, my interactive video, the game video that I did, where you jump into it and it gives you annotations and you can choose which decision you want to make. You choose how the video ends. Fucking hell, I love that video. I'm gonna make another one of those at some point. That video is so sick. That's one of my proudest achievements in video history. Oh yeah, COVIDiots, that's another one that isn't on my channel, but is a video that I made in 2021 that I'm one of the best things I've ever made is COVIDiots. YouTube took it down because the bots are snowflakes or whatever, that it hit a nerve with the YouTube algorithm, and I tried uploading it twice, and I did abide by the guidelines. I made a disclaimer at the start saying that it's not meant to be controversial, it's not even meant to be factual, it's just meant to be a parody. And they still took it down because they didn't like it. So maybe one day in the distant future I might re-upload it when the whole COVID malarkey and controversy is calmed down. I can re-upload it and YouTube won't have a tantrum about it, hopefully. But until then it'll remain off of the internet until then, I guess. Oh yeah, I also made my battle jacket video, also my battle jacket back here. Ow, I slapped my hand on the thing. That battle jacket I made, I also made a video about. That video is a banger. And Alone is another one in 2021 that I'm very proud of. Oddly enough, one that I didn't expect that I'd be as proud of as I am, Doctor Who Last Christmas review in space. The final review in space that I made of 2021 is kind of a banger. It's probably one of my proudest Doctor Who videos. I really, really like it for some reason. I just think it's just a top tier review. It's the best Doctor Who review I think I've ever done. So if there's one review in space that you haven't seen that you probably should, it's The Last Christmas. Also, sorry I'm snivelling a lot. It's because I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. So it's a prime time to make a solo podcast because I'm not seeing anyone because I don't want to spread the cold. It's not COVID. I did do a lateral flow test earlier today, by the way. But yeah, those are some of the videos that I'm very, very proud of in 2021. I am pretty proud of, where was it? Oh yeah, I'm very proud of my house tour 2021 video as well, even though I did technically record that in 2020, so I guess it doesn't really count. But yeah, very, very long bloated answer to my resolution there, make things I'm proud of. Yes, I definitely did do that, because even the videos I didn't name drop in that little list I made there, and me looking at the videos here, because I've got my YouTube tab open here just to refresh my memory. Most of the podcasts I made in 2021 I'm very proud of as well. The sleepover episode I love. The lockdown horror stories one, man, that one's a good one. And then my bucket list video, even though it did kind of go tits up in the recording, me and Joe did save that one when we did reshoots for it. Iceberg video again, love the Zea Tea Iceberg. Pizza Time is kind of a throwaway one. My video games podcast with Kane, I love that one. That one's one of the best podcasts in the whole of Zea Tea podcasts. Love them. But yeah, great year of videos. After I had that month break, I really got back into some of the things and made videos I'm proud of, and I'm following suit this year. This year in 2022 I'm also hoping to do the exact same thing, just make videos I'm proud of. So far so good. My metal music CD collection 2022 I'm very proud of. The survey I'm very proud of as well. My Up Late short film I'm very proud of. Even the podcast I did with Joe at the start of 2022 I'm very proud of. The Spider one where I'm doing like a movie reviews of him. Also, just a real sidetrack before I move on to the next resolution. I've rebooted the review in space because I've made 2 of them already. One of them is the Doctor Who title sequence video, which, yeah, it's a banger. I love that one. That one's another really, really good Doctor Who review that I made. I wanted to start off because I remade the review in space title sequence with new graphics, new audio, new text, new fonts, and new everything. And yeah, I'm very, very proud of it, and it does reflect the quality of the review in space episodes going forward, because I made one with Adam that was uploaded called Asylum of the Daleks, where we reviewed that episode. Even that video is kind of good. I'm quite proud of it because of how well edited it is. Because I did kind of get into the habit in 2020 and a bit in 2021. Well, less in 2021 actually. I suppose towards the end I did think, no, these review in spaces need to be taken seriously. They are like one of my most popular series on the channel. I need to take them seriously, put a bit more effort into making them, and that's definitely what happened. But in 2020, definitely, I did just throw out a review in space episode just because I was like, oh, my Doctor Who fans that are still subscribed need some content. Okay, we'll throw out our shit Doctor Who review here. But now I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to try make a review that is good, I'm proud of, and that's what I did. Yeah, I'm really, really proud of some of the review in spaces that I did in 2021. The midnight review with Adam that I did is really good. The pub quiz video with Kane I'm quite proud of. And then the Russell T Davies video, yeah, love that one. And then my review of Resolution with Joe is brilliant. My Dimensions in Time with Morgan. People loved that video just because Morgan's back on the channel, and he never really I suppose he did leave Zea Tea. He hasn't been on Zea Tea in a while, mostly because we've been doing videos together on Eyersborg instead. I'll get onto Eyersborg later because that is a topic that does need a lot of discussion, because I have a lot of stuff coming up on Eyersborg channel that you guys are going to be excited for, I promise. But no, Dimensions in Time, that's another banger review, I won't lie. I love it to pieces, it's so funny. But yeah, like I say, like a couple years back, I definitely did take the Review in Space series for granted. And I just kind of was like, because they were easy to edit by the way I was editing them, but considering towards the end of 2021, I was like, no, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna make the reviews as good as I can. Sorry, and I'm gonna do it properly, and that's what I've done. So all of the Review in Space episodes going forward are going to be edited properly, are going to be done perfectly, and are going to be bangers, in my opinion. They are going to be, so look forward to them. There's one coming up with Adam that I did review in the same on the same sort of trip where Adam visited as the Asylum of the Daleks video, where we reviewed a classic episode, which will come out in the next month. I'm just working on it at the moment, it's in editing stage. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what you guys think of my upcoming content. Next resolution is put myself first, spend more time on the right people. Going real left field here from the whole YouTube part of my resolutions and into the more personal stuff. Yes, I did do a lot more of that in 2021. What 2021 ended up being was less of spend time on the right people, but cut out the wrong people, get rid of the toxic sort of like relationships that I've got in my life. That's what 2021 was. I did like sort of let go of quite a few of the friendships that are toxic in my life, and now I think I've got a nice social circle of people that are a good support sort of circle, that if I'm struggling mentally, I can ask them for help or advice, and they do oftentimes, if they're available, do give it. So I feel like I did back the right horse with that resolution. So I think I definitely did follow through on that one. So not much else to say about that really, just spend time on the right people and focus more on myself. That's what I definitely did do more in 2021. 2021 was a better year for me than 2019 and 2020 was. It wasn't a great year either, but like 2019 was fucking terrible. The thing is as well, when I tell people I had a worse year in 2019 than 2020, people are really shocked, because 2020 is the year of COVID and the year of where the world ended really. But I'm like, no, 2020 at least I got time to, reflect and really just metamorphosize myself, and really just really take a look at myself and think, okay, so where am I going wrong? in my life is bad, what I need to do to fix it. Whereas in 2019, things were just going wrong left, right and centre in 2019 was a shit year. But then 2020, a smidgen better. Not great, but it was okay. I think it's the fact that I had 2 years running of just shit happening, just depressing, horrible shit, is why I had that downward spiral at the end of 2020 going into 2021, which is how the I went offline video came about, because I needed to take time off of social media, so I stopped uploading for a week and a half, and I just let myself recharge and really just take a break and just really properly just to have rest really from all of the shit. So besides the first like 2 months of 2021 where I was just healing from the shit that was happening in 2019 2020, 2021 was a good year in comparison to those 2 years. I feel like 2021 I did manage to do a lot of stuff on my bucket list as well. I also managed to make some of my proudest videos. I had a more healthy mindset when it comes to video making as well in 2021, and coming out of it as well, I do feel a bit positiver. I'm making up new words left, right and centre here, guys. But yeah, so 2021, also I just have a lot more positive memories coming out of 2021, so sometimes it just can come down to that. With COVID gone, I can actually make more memories, more positive ones at that, so I got to do a bit more stuff, and I guess that kind of shows in the vlogs that I've done that year. I got to do a lot more fun stuff, whereas in 2020 I kind of just was in lockdown for most of it, which is not as ideal. But yeah, I don't really want to overshare too much about my mental health and that, because that is something I need to talk to my therapist or counsellor about rather than my YouTube channel. But yeah, that's a whole other can of worms that I won't get into in this video. But maybe I'll do a podcast at some point, like a factual podcast talking about mental health and depression, because I feel like people might benefit from it, but now's not the time. I feel like I need to humble myself and wisen myself up to the topic a bit more before I can talk about it, because I'm not a qualified therapist or whatever, so I feel like me talking about it like this is a bit misguided. I'd need to really educate myself a bit more before I do that. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. I definitely did put myself first a bit more, kind of prioritizing my own well-being first before helping others, because I feel like and here I am oversharing, but I feel like I definitely just default to being everybody's like sort of like counselor, or someone like their soundboard. Like if they are having a bad time, I often hear out their issues and try to give advice where I can, and that's not a good thing to do when you yourself are having like mental health issues. That's for sure. Like wait until you're healthy before you help others. Otherwise, you're just going to give misguided advice to those people. And as well as that, I needed to prioritize myself, because you can't help people onto a lifeboat when you yourself are a sinking ship, if that makes sense. That's a very, very over dramatic analogy, but it's a good one, and that's why I did it. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Besides that, just putting myself forward, making sure I help myself before I help others. Yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. But I definitely recommend, if anybody's struggling with that sort of stuff, take my advice with a grain of salt and talk to a professional before you listen to me ramble on about it. But yeah, that's my take on it. But yeah, next resolution is make a film every single month. Now, I've already mentioned this, but I'm going to do that this year. I'm going to make a film every single month for the whole year. I've already discussed that though, so we're going to move on to the next resolution, which is learn an instrument. I didn't do that in 2020. In 2020, it's 2021. Sorry, I'm getting confused here with all the years. But in 2021, I didn't do that. But in 2022, I'm also might not do that. I will do it at some point. I will learn an instrument at some point. At the moment, I'm learning sheet music. I'm learning how to read music. Because at the moment, like all my life, I've been sort of an information sponge. I often just click on videos if they're informational and just read them. Like literally just the other day, I watched this video about a guy literally showing you shortcuts on how to type faster, and it took me so long to realise that when you're typing in something, I know I can't really show you because I'm not screen recording, but if you hit Control and then backspace, it deletes a whole word. Like if you press space, that's another word, Control deletes the whole word. It makes typing so much faster. which is why I've become so much more efficient with making scripts. Like, I made a script, which hopefully will be filmed with Joe in the next month. But that script took me half the time as it would usually, because I'm hitting backspace on the keyboard the whole time. But just watching that video gave me so many tips on how to, like, type faster. So, yeah, and like I said, I'm an information sponge, so stuff like that I eat up. So I've been watching videos and reading up on articles and different, like, advice and forums and stuff on how to read sheet music efficiently. So that's something I've been doing. I've been reading like music. So maybe I'll learn how to do an instrument. But I guess the main issue with that is buying an instrument. That's the main obstacle in my way when it comes to completing that resolution. But I'm on the way to doing it, so that's a plus. I might become halfway there. Maybe by 2023 I might have an instrument and might know how to use it. My main instruments that I might learn are either guitar or keyboard or maybe drums. The thing is, as well, is that I also kind of already know how to do drums, because I self-taught myself in school. I borrowed the drum kit in the music lab all the time in, like, lunch breaks and stuff. So yeah, the other instruments, this is all just fun facts that you guys are learning about me, but I also used to know how to use the recorder, the flute or whatever, like the Second Doctor or whatever. That's kind of the main reason why I did learn the recorder, is because the Doctor in, Doctor Who, the Second Doctor used the recorder, so I was like, I want to learn that, so I did when I was younger. I've since forgotten how to use the recorder, but it's not that difficult to use. I think it's just like the sheet music part of it that I'm relearning now, part of it that I need to get back into my brain. But yeah, hopefully I want to learn the guitar and or keyboard / piano, same thing really, isn't it? But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about the resolution. I guess I'll keep you updated on that one. Might not happen this year though. Put that as like a maybe. Next one is... take what people say with a grain of salt. Yeah, I definitely did that in 2021. I have a lot thicker skin nowadays, so if people say something that's rude or mean, I definitely just go, whatever, dude. Because if they're going to say something like that, their opinion isn't really worth jack shit to you, which is really the open and closed book of it. Not really else to say about that, really. It's just kind of a self-explanatory thing. Yes, I did that. Yes, I'm going to keep doing it in 2022. People suck, but I can just look past that and just move on with my life. Doesn't really affect me if I don't let it. Look things on the more positive side. Yes, definitely done a bit more of that. From my response to that resolution is just proof in the pudding. God damn it, I can't speak. But yeah, took a look on the positive side is definitely something that I've done a bit more this year and last year, and yeah, hopefully I continue to do that. Then drink less alcohol. Yeah, definitely did do less alcohol. The thing is, as well, I didn't want to take it out of my system, because you're just removing a creature comfort from your life if you do that. But in 2020, I was a bit unhealthy with my alcohol use. I wasn't an alcoholic or anything, thank God. I didn't get to that stage. But it wasn't a healthy relationship I had with alcohol. But in 2021, I did kind of half the amount of intake that I had of alcohol in 2021, and it did positively impact my mood. Not significantly, but to enough of an extent where I'm like, okay, there we go, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting into why I'm kind of feeling not as positive, and that's something that I managed to sort out. But yeah, that's that resolution. Yes, I did it, and yes, I will probably continue to just have alcohol in moderation. So there you go. Spend every second wisely and live in the moment. Yes, I definitely did that more in 2021. 2021, kind of that resolution came about because I watched a channel called Unis Onis, where that channel's whole motto is live every second like it's your last second. And I definitely did do that in 2021. I did make more positive memories with people, lived my life to the fullest, lived in the moment more, and I definitely think that's what I did. So that's it for my resolutions. That's how I succeeded in my resolutions for 2020 to 2021. Let's move on to the commercial break, because we're nearly at half an hour, and after the commercial break we'll talk about what I have as my resolutions going into 2022. See you after these messages. I wonder what to look on the internet today. Oh, what's this video? 22 hot single girls in your area. Let's have a look.
I hate these stupid adverts.
Go ahead. Skip this ad. Okay. Go ahead. Skip this ad too. Okay, I will. Okay, wait, listen. You have heard of sarcasm, right? Boring. Oh my god, okay, look, stop skipping my ads. But you told me to. Listen here, stop skipping my ads or I'll kill your entire family. Oh god! Stop skipping my ads, you piece of shit. Okay, fine. What do you want from me? Okay, you're gonna listen and you're gonna listen good. Okay. Your country needs you to watch my podcast series. Why? Well, silly, it's because I have a bunch of guests featuring on different episodes where we talk about stuff and things. But why? Because I said so. Okay, fine. We talk about movies, games, lifestyle stuff, and even more things. Wowzer! That almost sounds completely like an absolute awesome train wreck of a podcast series. How often do the episodes come out? When it's done. Oh. Be sure to check out the Zea Tea Podcast on the Zea Tea Variety channel on YouTube. Okay, cool. Is the ad done now? Can I skip? Can I watch my video? Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah, go ahead, skip, before I change my mind. Did you think you escaped that easily? Use this time to make sure you're subscribed to my channel to keep up to date with the latest videos and or podcasts. And welcome back from that commercial break. Now, I don't want to spend too much more time on resolutions because I do have other stuff to talk about on this podcast. But I just want to go through them. My resolutions for 2022 going forward. Be more of an info sponge. That I've already mentioned that before the break, how I just love to learn stuff. So I just want to do more of that, just learn more things. I don't want to pigeonhole myself into just one avenue of creativity and all that. So that is definitely something I want to do more this year. Next one, do something productive each day. That kind of has been happening so far. I want to see how well it does. But yeah, just make sure each day I'm doing something productive, whether that's just making a video or exercising a bit more that day, or seeing a friend, or you know, earning money, or yeah, just anything really, just being more productive with this year, and we'll see how well I do. So far so good though. Make one film every month for the whole year. Already said that, but yeah, make a film every single month for the whole year. So far so good. Meet new people, that's something I'm hopefully going to do more this year as well. So far, not so good, but hopefully soon I'll do that. Learn to say no to people. Yes, that is something that... see what I did there? Definitely got to do more of that, because at heart, I'm kind of a people pleaser. That's not something that I should be proud of. But when people phone me up or text me saying, hey Zach, do you want to do this? Or can you help me with that? And I just say yeah, because they're someone that I like or someone that I'm friends with, and I'm like, okay, fine, yeah, I'll go help them, because I don't want to upset them or disappoint them. I want to be available when they need me. But now I need to, much like the resolution from last year, make sure I put myself first. I need to make sure that if I'm busy and I can't help them, I can't just drop everything that I'm doing to do what they want me to do, because that's no good. That's no good. But yeah, I'm just going to see how that goes. So far so good though. I've been trying to do that a bit more this year, so fingers crossed I keep on doing that. Hopefully that's par for the course. But yeah, that's the resolutions. I made the resolutions shorter this year because I did so well with my resolutions last year. I feel like I could give myself a bit of break. Like, don't give myself as many goals to do. But I did kind of nail it with completing my resolutions for last year. The only one I didn't do was the musical instrument, which hopefully I'll do a bit more this year. But who knows, honestly. Yeah, that's kind of cool. One thing I was going to mention earlier, but I guess it kind of just slipped my mind. But my Alone short film, which is one of my proudest things I've done on the channel, and definitely one of the best videos I did in 2021. That short film got accepted for a film festival. Yes, and I'm very, very proud of that, because yeah, it's one of my best short films. Not my absolute best, but it is definitely up there. And I went to the film festival, and yeah, and I saw it on the big screen. And my God, considering, like, okay, full disclosure here, excuse me, I just burped. But this short film was made on my phone. I filmed this thing on my fucking phone. The whole fucking thing. I edited it on Premiere, and it was obviously voiced by Adam and acted by Adam and written by me and directed and edited by me and blah, 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 blah. But it was filmed on my fucking phone. And considering it was filmed on my phone, it looked fucking sick on the big screen. It just shows you now. There is no excuse to not make a film these days. You can just pick one of these up and you're sorted. You've made a solid film. This phone made a film that was accepted for a film festival. Yeah, mad really. I'm really proud of Alone. It is a short film I'm very proud of, especially since it did get accepted for a film festival. So, and the fact that it looks so good on big screen is just icing on the cake. But yeah, that's all I have to say really. It's just I'm really stoked about that. Also, let's talk about other stuff. Other stuff that's coming out that I'm making. Oh yeah. So we've obviously got the short films that I've shot with Adam and Morgan, respectively. Those separate short films. Those will be coming out. The one with Morgan, like I said earlier, is hopefully going to come out in this next month, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then the one with Adam will be coming out sometime in April. Don't know when yet. I haven't even looked at the footage of that one yet. Hopefully it isn't corrupted or whatever. But so hopefully those will be coming out soon. Look forward to those. Also, the video that everybody's been commenting about, where is my DVD collection for 2022? I'm going to wait to shoot that after my birthday because there's a slim chance that I might be getting the Doctor Who Flux DVD box set on my birthday, and if I do, then that means I can add that to my DVD collection video. If not, that's also fine. It just means that my DVD collection video will be out in April. It will not be later than April, I promise you. It will be out in April and not a month later, I promise. So, like I say, worst case scenario, it comes past my birthday and I don't get the Flux DVD, and then I can just make the Doctor Who DVD collection, and I've got every single Doctor Who DVD in that video besides the Flux DVD, which is fine because that's not really the aim. The aim was to get every classic DVD in that video, and I did that. I've already done that. I completed my Doctor Who DVD collection 2 months ago now, nearly, and I've promised the DVD collection video for a month and a half, and only now am I getting around to doing it soon. I'm planning to do it, but it will be done very, very soon, I promise. There won't be too much waiting left, just another month, and then it'll be out. Because as well as that, I've been very busy, so I haven't really had time to properly sit down and talk about Doctor Who in detail, besides those reviewing spaces, obviously. But yeah, there's that. Also, what's next coming up? Oh, yes. Okay, so Vlogeration 17, that will be out soon. There's been a long break between episodes of Vlogeration. With vlogging, I just haven't really been vlogging that much recently, so I've just been just doing a compilation of clips into one big awesome movie vlog. So from October, November of 2021 through to March 2022, that is a big gap, which means there's going to be a lot of clips of what I've gotten up to in that time that will be in that vlog. I've vlogged a decent amount of different clips, so there's a big segment where I'm in Cardiff, because I did go to Cardiff, and then there's a nice bit where I'm having a trip with Joe as well, and there's some cool stuff in that vlog which I'm sure you guys will enjoy, because these vlogerations, you guys can tend to like my vlogeration episodes. I will take a swig of this drink because it's not actually alcohol, even though it is a Bulmers glass. It's just squash. You'll just have to believe me. My throat is getting very dry because of this cold. And the fact I've been talking for 40 minutes straight. But yeah, very excited for that to be done. It's just taking a little while because, like I say, doing a vlog compilation where I take clips from the past whatever amount of time and putting them into a big vlog is a bit more difficult than it sounds. It's just making sure that it's perfectly edited. But yeah, that'll be coming out soon. Now, onto my second channel, I as Borg. That channel has got a lot of really cool videos coming out very soon, in this next month, actually. So, if you're not subscribed to that channel, now's the time, because a lot of cool videos are on their way to that channel very soon. If you guys are up to date with that channel, have been following it for a long time, my it's a gaming channel at heart, but it is also kind of just a second channel where if I make a video and upload it and I edit it, and I'm not as proud of it as I would be a video that would be on Zea Tea, then I would put it on Icebourg. But more recently, it's just been exclusively gaming and just videos that I'm really, really, really proud of, but can only be uploaded on there because they're part of a series. Best example is Warframe. There's a video that came out in the last 2 weeks called Once Upon a Time in Warframe. Yeah, those of you who've been following that channel, my Warframe series is back, and that is like my most popular series on Icebourg. So Once Upon a Time in Warframe is a new addition to that series. But that is just an appetizer, because Warframe episode 11 is finally here. Yes, it's coming out soon. It's coming out in the next week from when this podcast gets uploaded. Yeah, I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very excited for that video to be out, because Warframe episode 11 is actually kind of a banger. It's one of the better Warframe episodes. Every single Warframe episode that I've done has been a banger, though. Every single one of them has been like a very well edited piece of media. So just the fact that I'm getting another one out that's on top form and is, just a perfect new addition to it. It's staying within the same parameters of quality that the other ones have been. So far there have been 10 episodes. This will be the 11th one, like I say. And yeah, I'm very, very happy, because it's going to be a banger and you guys are going to love it. And then another thing that's on Icebourg is a series that I've been doing since 2019 with Morgan, as I've previously mentioned briefly in this podcast, the Minecraft Quest. The Minecraft Quest. It's a dumb title for a very, very cool Minecraft series that me and Morgan have been doing since 2019. On and off, obviously. 2019 I did 12 episodes. 2020 I did 6 episodes. 2021 I did 4 episodes. And 2022 will be 1 episode. Yes, the series is ending. We are uploading the final ever episode of Minecraft Quest. There won't be another one after episode 23. That'll be it. It'll be the finale of the whole show. To give a little pitch, a little sort of like appetizer to what it's like, it is a survival series, a co-op survival series with myself and Morgan. But it is heavy on roleplay and lore and story. I think to start with it was just purely survival, and then slowly we've added more and more roleplay and story elements like mixed in there to the rest of it, so that it does become a bit more awesome when it comes to the ending, because the ending is very heavy on a finale and the story that's been building up, because there's a lot of lore behind it that I can't really describe without it sounding ludicrous on paper. But when watching it, it's going to be sick. The finale of Minecraft Quest is going to be, if not like the best video that I will ever upload on Icebourg. It is. I'm putting my heart and soul into that episode. It'll be such a good ending to the series. As well as that, oftentimes when I make a series on YouTube, I don't tend to get the opportunity to end a series so definitely and conclusively. So the fact that Minecraft Quest is getting a finite ending and no sequel, no series 2, no nothing, it's just ending, and that's that. The end of the series is going to be and the fact that it's getting a good ending as well is just brilliant. This ending we've kind of been cultivating. Like, the more that we've been adding like lore and story into our series, the more that we've thought about this ending and how it will work. This ending has been fully cultivated for a whole year now. Like, when we when we brought back the series for its extra 4 episodes in 2021 with episode 19 through to 22, those episodes were heavy on like giving the ramp up and build up to the ending, to the finale that this episode will be. Episode 23 will be the ending. I will talk about the Minecraft Quest more, maybe in a podcast if I can get Morgan on the podcast. We can talk about it together. There's a lot of funny outtakes, so we can probably watch those as part of the podcast or something, because there are some real good outtakes. But yeah, originally me and Morgan planned to do 30 episodes of the Minecraft Quest and end it at episode 30. We even thought maybe move it to episode 33. But then when we realised that we probably won't have as much time as we thought, because the server we've recorded the series on has been shut down multiple times, and we never thought it would come back. It's happened twice, where people stopped logging into the server, which means that the admin of the server would shut it down, so we wouldn't have a chance to record episodes, which is part of the reason why there's long gaps between episodes sometimes. And this is the longest gap between episodes, is between episode 22 and 23, because there was a big gap between that and now, because the server was down for the longest time. And when it came back, me and Morgan thought, fuck it, we're not gonna extend this series to 30 episodes. We're not even going to extend it to 25 episodes, which was the backup plan. That, if we can't make it to episode 30, we'll condense the story and make it more compact and more tight knit, and end it at 25. Fuck that. We're ending the series at episode 23, because at least then it means that all of the cool story elements that you would have gotten in episode 23, 24, and 25, it would have been a very, very drawn-out ending and very, very a slow burn. Whereas if you condense all 3 of the episodes into one big, epic episode, it becomes a brilliant finale with a bunch of story and a bunch of funny moments and epic bits. With part of the episode, we initially recorded it in the hope that we would at least record 2 more. So episode 23 would have been an episode in the Nether, spoiler alert, and then episode 24 would have been the finale where we do all the other story wrap-up stuff. But if we condense the 2, it becomes a perfect mesh of the funny moments, sort of survival aspect of the series that it started with, but then it also has the other half of it where it's the heavy story and lore stuff that the series became in the second half of its run. So all in all, it's being sent off on a high note, it's getting a great ending, and I'm very, very excited for it to be out, because it will be a banger, and I love the look of it so far, and I'm editing the shit out of it to make sure that it's perfect, because I want to make sure the series concludes perfectly. Because like I said, it's not every day that I get the opportunity to conclude a series with a good ending and a finite ending that's built up to and isn't just pulled out of their arse with no satisfying conclusions. I'm looking at you, Game of Thrones. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for that episode to be out. I don't know. I don't think I have much more to say about that besides just look forward to that sort of stuff that I've mentioned. I think that's all I have to say. I do want to quickly say, there are a bunch of cool stuff unrelated to my channel that's coming up soon that I'm quite excited for. Star Trek 4, the reboot with Chris Pine and that. I'm really excited to see that, because I'm a bit of a Star Trek fan at heart, so I'm excited to see what that film does, because it's also Simon Pegg has signed on to be in that film as well, and I love Simon Pegg. So I'm excited to see that film. Also, a new Alien film, not directed by Ridley Scott, surprisingly. Directed by, what's his name? He directed the remake of Evil Dead in 2013, so he's a good director. I'm excited to see what his take on the Alien franchise will be. Apparently it's going to be a standalone one, so I'm excited to see that. I'm very excited, in fact. And then, the thing I'm most excited for. Those of you who don't know, one of my biggest inspirations of video creation is Markiplier. And he's making a video called In Space with Markiplier, which, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically another version of a heist of Markiplier, which is like a choose-your-own-adventure video thing, where you click on the video, you see a bit of story, and then the story asks you to choose one path or the other. Do you go left, down the left corridor, or the right corridor type thing? Just much like my Escape video that I did in 2021. The Heist with Markiplier video that he did is a big inspiration of that video. So the fact he's making another one, and the fact that it's coming out the day after my birthday, the 4th of April, is just hype. Just pure hype. I'm so excited for that video to be out, because I'm gonna love it, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. I guess the last thing to close off this podcast with is, what sort of podcast topics do you guys want to see in the future? And don't say sequels, prequels and remakes, because that podcast topic is cursed as fuck, because I tried recording it as episode 5 of the podcast, and the footage is blurry. I think it was actually episode 4 of the podcast, not episode 5. And then I tried sequels, prequels and remakes as podcast 7, but the footage got corrupted, and also the topic kind of went sideways because the people in the podcast who I was with, Otis and Henry, they didn't really come prepared for the podcast, so that time it kind of went tits up in and of itself. And then the third time, we tried recording sequels, prequels and remakes again for this episode 26. I tried recording it with my mate Joe and Sam, and go fucking figure, something else goes wrong. That podcast topic is literally cursed. Sequels, prequels and remakes might never happen as a podcast. If it does, then it means that we're in the correct timeline. If not, then we're in the wrong timeline. Because yeah, me, Joe and Sam tried to record a podcast talking about sequels, prequels and remakes, what is good about them, what makes a good remake and sequel or whatever, and what makes a bad one, talk about different franchises and where they work and where they don't work, and which ones are cash grabs and which ones are sincere, faithful additions to a franchise, etc. And yeah, something goes wrong on the day, and we have to scrap the podcast. That podcast topic is literally cursed. I don't think we'll ever get a sequels, prequels and remakes podcast at this stage. Yeah, not only that, this episode 26 was also recorded a second time, this time with Adam, as a video where we talk about our favourite movies. But yeah, that footage gets corrupted. So instead of getting episode 26 of the Zea Tea Podcast with Adam talking about our favourite movies, or episode 26 talking about sequels, prequels and remakes with Joe and Sam, you're getting it with me talking about a solo podcast, talking about the stuff I've gotten up to, which is fine. I'm glad that I did it because I did want to make a solo podcast talking about my resolutions, like I say, talking about what my plan is for this year. Also catch you guys up because I feel like in the last 2 or 3 months or so, I haven't really spoken to you guys personally. I haven't really let you guys in on what's happening in my own personal life. I've kind of just been uploading regular ass videos, not as if those videos are bad, just they're videos that just are run-of-the-mill videos that don't really give you a very big window into my life, because I haven't been making vlogs either, so you guys don't really get to see what I'm up to on a more daily basis. So this podcast updating you guys is kind of needed because I can just update you guys on where I'm at and what to expect. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I had to say in this podcast. I guess. Oh, one last thing actually. Talking about being more personable. I've seen a couple comments about so how's uni going for third year, and where am I at uni? Am I commuting to uni from home? Considering I'm not in my house that I rented for the whole year, the house where I rented with Henry and all that. So the house that I did Wheel of Death and the video, and the house that Joe came to visit, and we did all those videos like IRL Bingo and those Guess That Metal songs that we did over there. And yeah, that house I didn't renew my lease for a second year or for the third year of uni because I am not at uni this year. I'm taking a year out to work on my own personal projects. Not really a gap year, but I guess kind of a gap year, but it's more of a study break year. So yeah, to work on my own projects, to really get back into the swing of things, because that uni didn't really do wonders for me mentally. Going back to oversharing, I won't say too much about it, but a lot of things went wrong while I was at that uni. Not a lot of things went right. Also, the uni wasn't really helping me in terms of mental health, but also in terms of education, which is what they're meant to do. I didn't learn a single fucking thing about film. All I learned from that uni is how to have thicker skin and that people suck sometimes. So also that uni kind of stifled my creativity. I think that uni did play a big part into the whole me mistaking creativity for routine. So I had to get out of there to rekindle my love for filmmaking, because me being there did make filmmaking a chore, which is, I'm glad I'm out of there, because now I'm getting the creative juices back. I'm making short films because I want to. The Survey is a great example. Usually in the last few years I've only made short films with friends because I want to hang out with friends, not because I want to make the film. But making The Survey, I did that all on my own, and I had a blast because it was a script that I was passionate about, and it was edited perfectly, because you could tell, because it was well made. And yeah, like I say, my passion for filmmaking is coming back. It's not fully there, but it's getting there, and you can tell by the quality of videos that I've been making recently. So yeah, I've not been at uni this last year since June or May of 2021. I've been off of uni, and I'm gonna probably come back for a third year of uni, but I will probably transfer to a new university. That won't really affect the content or you guys at all, really. It's just kind of just I'm looking to make a change for myself so that it can positively impact my outlook on life, which will in turn impact the videos that I make. Really, it will make them more positive. It'll also make them better made than they would be if I was at a place of study that would stifle my creativity. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that, really. I guess besides that, that's all I have to say. I guess the takeaway from that is that I am making videos on my channel that I'm more proud of, which is why it's quality over quantity at the moment, because in 2021 and all of 2020 I made two videos every week. Like that was my schedule for the most part for the last 2 years, was make 2 videos every week. Now it's 1 video every 7 or 8 days, 8 or 9 days sometimes, depending on how long I'm taking to make the video perfect. So that just goes to show I'm working harder on making videos better rather than making more videos. So, and plus as well as that, I'm spreading my creative capacity over more channels, because I'm making better videos on Iceborg as well, because I'm working super hard on making Warframe episode 11 perfect, and also the finale of the Minecraft quest perfect. So there's that. I guess that's all I have to say. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I hope that you did still enjoy it, despite it not being as entertaining and being a bit more factual, maybe a bit more inciting. Maybe you took something away from this podcast that you benefited from. Maybe you've got better. Maybe you can take some of my sort of outlooks on life. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a philosopher one day. But yeah, if you have anything you want to say in the comments, please do. If you have any videos you want me to make, give me some suggestions. Maybe I'll like the idea and I'll do it. Also give me ideas for community post polls, because I did hit 500 subs and YouTube thinks I'm allowed a community tab now. So I can maybe communicate with you guys a bit more about what you want to see on the channel. So yeah, that's about it. I feel good about this because, like I say, I get to talk to you guys more personally about my creative process and what I'm up to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.